Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of Battle.Garage in this 1974 AMC Hornet. So I just got this car yesterday. Story on it. Found it on Marketplace, struck a deal, $750 delivered. Couldn't beat that. It's actually a pretty clean car, and yes, it does run. Upon delivery last night, I did get it running. I did get some video. We'll see that in a little bit. My nephew was here working on his car, so there was a lot of background noise, so decided not to really do an intro. So I'm doing the intro today for the stuff we did yesterday. So in a minute here, I'm going to take you around, check out the car. I think we're going to call it the Avocado because it's green on the outside and it's green on the inside. So yeah, let's check it out.
It was right around this time I ran out of storage and the video cut out. But it wasn't getting sparked, so I cleaned the rotor and the points, and as you can see, it fired right up.
That thing sounds wicked.
It's got a hell of an exhaust leak right there.
Makes it sound good though.
Okay, so here we go. First of all, I absolutely love these front ends. These are my favorite front end that AMC did on the Hornets, and I believe the Gremlins had them too. I absolutely love that style. I had a 75 Hornet wagon, so that was a year newer, and the front end was slightly different. But this is my favorite style front end, minus the fact that it's got a crash bumper. Can't stand the crash bumpers, and if I keep this car, that will eventually go away. So as you can see, this more mint green is the original color. And this darker green was repainted, obviously. My guess being it was probably painted sometime in the 90s. This looks like a very common 90s GM color. When they painted it, they actually did a pretty decent job. Because at first glance when I got this car, I did think this was factory original paint. But it's not. And of course, broken door handle. This one does work. You see the interior. That's the original green. Vacuum. There is plenty of mice poop in there. Smells wonderful. If I could send the smell to Derek at Vice Grip Garage to see what he'd come up with for a definition on how it smells, that would be pretty cool, because I'd like to see what his definition on how this car smells would be. It was hot today, so the mouse poop smell is extra. It's man, I don't even want to get in there. So let's walk around the car. I don't have a key to open the trunk. Obviously, we got a big dent in the quarter panel. I actually wouldn't be at all bit surprised if that's the reason why the guy decided to sell it. I wouldn't be. From my understanding, it was sat around for about 14 years or so since he's had it. And it was in the way. So my guess is someone was moving something around and ran into it. And then that was the final straw to say, get rid of it. What I didn't mention is they were originally going to run this in the demolition derby. So I'm super glad that they decided not to. And I saved it from getting smashed up, because this is actually one really clean car. I'll post up some pictures of that he sent me, how clean the underneath is. And maybe if I have enough ambition, I'll get down there and record it. Door handles on this side are stuck closed. I don't know if they're broken, but I haven't tried to force them, because if they're not broken, they will be. Whoever did paint this, in their infinite wisdom, decided to just paint over the door handles. So I think a combination of that and the time that it's been sitting, they are basically glued shut. So I haven't tried forcing them, because I don't want to break them. It does have all the original hubcaps all the way around it, so that's pretty neat. And the mirrors are on the front seat. Said he took them off because they felt flimsy. I'm not 100% sure if they're original. They look like they would be. So I think tonight, while I still got some daylight left, my plan is to maybe get an alternator belt on there and see if it's charging. Well, there's about 20 minutes of good daylight left. And I just realized I'm going to have to take the belt off for the power steering in order to put a belt on the alternator. And then take a gamble if I have a belt laying around that actually fits it. So I decided that is not going to be a project for today, rather a project for another day. But I'll take you inside so we can check out the mint green interior and be thankful this isn't smell-o-vision. Okay, so we have a bunch of grass there. I'm not sure if someone just tracked that in there, loading it, or if there was something living there and there that was starting to be its home. Not sure. So, one thing for sure, this car is not fat guy approved. My previous Hornet had aftermarket bucket seats in it, or actually bucket seats stolen out of a Oldsmobile Cutlass. And it didn't have the factory steering wheel. It had like one of those old racing steering wheels that's probably about 2 inches smaller in diameter. And that was easier to get in and out of. This one, on the other hand, a chipmunk just ran under by my foot, scared the hell out of me. This one, on the other hand, is factory, and it's tough to get in and out. It's really not much harder than the Eagle, other than the fact that it sits so low to the ground, and my knees just don't like it. All right, well, I saved you all the humiliation of watching me get in this thing. Let's see, what do we got for miles on this? I don't even know what they are. It says 90,470. That odometer wouldn't have the extra digit. And judging by the looks of the car, I would say that's probably accurate. And it's not 190. Let's see, what do we got here? This is a very basic car. It was definitely a no thrills. Although it does look like it had, I think this is a dealership add-on. This doesn't look to be factory. Rear fog. Though I'm not entirely sure how that. Oh, you know what? There's a like a vent thing back there. Huh, I've never even seen that. That's pretty cool. We'll check that out in a minute. Yeah, so lights, those look normal. This is a later model wiper washer knob, like the Eagles would have, and I think the Jeeps had them as well. That is obviously not correct. At least I'm 90% sure that's not correct for this car. Plus, it's not even attached in there. Just the whole thing just spins around. No tack. Judging by the fact that the speaker that's dangling in the glove box, I would say that was originally the only speaker in the car, which would indicate, I believe, AM only radio. And looking at that, I would say that that was probably upgraded maybe late 70s, early 80s. That looks about like an 80s add-in cassette player with AM FM. We have no ventage there, or on some cars like my one Eagle, that was like a storage space if you didn't have the air vents. I see this one's just blocked off. This looks like a button, though. Oh no, you know what? That's probably where the adjuster would have been if there was one. Someone did add an oil pressure gauge into where the cigarette lighter used to be. Or cigarette ashtray, rather. Interesting. They tried to make it match. It's like some sort of vinyl green stuff. Looks like the package tray might have been falling apart, and that was their attempt to put it back together. Or something else was attached to it. I'm not entirely sure. Obviously, it's not an AC car. Was it a head? I'm not sure what that is. I see some parts down there. We got some wires down there. There is some speakers in the back, so someone did add some speakers to it, probably when they did the stereo. Door cards actually look pretty decent. The headliners here and the visors actually are there and work, and they're not cracked along here. Every Eagle I own, those are cracked and then they break and fall off. This headliner I actually really like. Dome lightage. I wish the headliner and the Eagles were like these, because this is like solid and durable and a lot better than what they had. So yeah, seats could use a little help. Let's check out these mirrors. Yeah, these might be aftermarket. They're plastic. At least this is. This part's plastic. I would think that original ones would be made of metal. They are on the Eagles. Same thing. The mirrors I had on my Hornet, my wagon, were actually the wrong ones for the car. I think they were off like a Rambler or something, and they didn't fit the car. They were pretty much useless. So I have no idea what kind of mirrors these had factory, but I'm pretty sure they weren't made of plastic. That is donut for the exhaust manifold, which desperately needs, because this car is loud. So in the back here, very tight squeeze. Those are the old speakers, which are, I would assume, aftermarket with the stereo. As I said, I'm pretty sure the factory speaker, the only one was that one in the glove box. And this must be the defrost for the rear window. I thought originally it was like a speaker or something of some sort, but noticing that there's an add-on defrost switch up there, I'm guessing this heats up electrically. Electrically? Yeah, that word. And then blows it onto the rear window. And that's how you get defrost. Kind of before my time. So, comment below if I'm correct on that, because I assume that's what it is. Hey folks, that's going to do it for tonight. I know not a lot of exciting things to happen today, but just walk around in the new car. I'm sure we'll see it in some upcoming videos. Comment below what you'd like to see done with it. Obviously, things that can be done with it depend greatly on my time and budget that I can allow to the car. My plan is just to make it running and driving right now. Needs brake work, and transmission lines are leaking up under the radiator. So, like and subscribe. See you next time.